Who Gives a Crap, a recycled toilet paper company that launched in 2012, announced its Flush Your Ex program will turn your old love letters into preview paper. The company said on its promotional website, "Mail us those leftover love letters taking up psychic space in your sock drawers, and we'll deliver them out to production facilities, where we magically transform their BS to TP. Because nothing says closure like knowing that someone somewhere is putting those sweet nothings exactly where they belong." The company is accepting love letter donations mailed to its addresses in the United States, Australia, and Britain until February 29th. And that's where we end Caribbean Week in Review. Join us again next week when we recap the stories making headlines across the region. I'm Renee Sion.
Tune in to the program, Living by Faith with Bishop Valentino Williams of Life Changes Ministries International. Sundays at 5:30 p.m. on ZNS TV station. Prepare to be inspired, impacted, empowered, and transformed. Remember, the just shall live by faith.
This prophet here is not for sale. This prophet here come to declare what thus saith the Lord.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Coming up in the news, Chamber President shares outlook on the year ahead. Also, a new block plan set to open on Grand Bahama. And Resort World Bimini's Sushi Bar blends Asian and Bahamian flavors. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. It is so great to have you with us. Following recent elections, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce welcomes a new slate of board of directors to serve alongside reinstated President James Carey for the 2024-2025 term. As the chamber sets its sights on the year ahead, Carey shares insight into the organization's outlook and priorities. Rumiko Knowles has more in this report.
First of all, let me congratulate those persons elected to the chamber for this next year.
James Carey has been reinstated as the president of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, marking the continuation of his leadership role within the organization. Alongside Carey, several new faces have been appointed as first-time directors, as well as those selected to serve as second-year directors. Despite these changes, Carey emphasizes that the chamber's mission remains steadfast.
While we are all about business, it's business extended through support of the community and encouraging community, doing community things.
Addressing the business landscape in Grand Bahama, Carey notes a shifting tide where reliance solely on elected officials is no longer the norm. He highlights the emergence of young, brilliant entrepreneurs who are driving innovation and growth.
And we can see how they with more resilience, moving out and doing things. If only they can access the capital, it's going to be the catalyst in terms of promoting and propelling Grand Bahama to where it wants to go.
Despite disagreements with decisions made in Grand Bahama, Carey asserts the Chamber's commitment to engaging in meaningful conversations with both the Grand Bahama Port Authority and the government.
The relationship is such that we can talk, exchange views, and be fairly frank about them. Some things move on a little more quickly than others, but it has been a great relationship.
Furthermore, Kerry expresses optimism about the potential for Freeport to become a model city, offering a high quality of life where young people can thrive, enhance their lifestyles, and build families.
It requires direction. It is going to require money. Two money providers should be the government and the Port Authority. But I believe if that process can start, I think by and large, businesses and investors will buy into that.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Ramiko Knowles.
President and CEO of Aurora Group Limited, Glenette Fowler, is bringing a new and advanced block and concrete plant production to the island. The Aurora Group of companies encompasses Falco Maritime and Project Services and the Aurora Concrete and Concrete Products Limited. Here's more in this report. Glenette Fowler, President and CEO of Aurora Group Limited, is elevating the concrete production in Grand Bahama. Fowler is opening up a new plant which is expected to produce over 100 cubic yards of concrete and blocks for a number of buildings and tanks. She claims that as she focuses on the future ahead, concrete is seen as one of the most material used in the world.
We are able to facilitate whether you're doing curbs, whether you're doing a small home, whether you're doing a larger home, whether you're building a hotel, we are able to facilitate that type of production. And so our concrete plant can produce about 130 to 140 cubic yards per hour, which is substantial. And we will have a fleet of 10 trucks, as well as the capabilities coming online to produce blocks and other concrete products such as pavers, septic tanks, pyramids, manholes, whatever it is, we are going to be able to facilitate that.
Fowler reveals that the company will have a laboratory set up which will determine the strengths and qualities of the concrete, as well as ensure that they are able to produce designs specifically suited for the customer's need. The president also indicating that the goal for Aurora is to be a Bahamian-owned entity for the length and breadth of its existence, and they also hope to be a company with a Bahamian-led team.
We do have a market that is, not so many persons live here, but a lot of opportunities have always been in discussion about Grand Bahama, so it was finding the right equipment. And with that came the know-how. And so while I would have gotten all of the technical information from a theoretical sense, I realized that I wanted to have more of an international and global productivity level. And so I sought to bring in talent and get training, and even have our Bahamian team members, some of them, go and get certified and training in order for us to be able to be a world-class production facility.
She adds that climate change will also play a factor in its production, stating that the concrete and block plant wants to be a part of the carbon footprint.
We are here, we are Grand Bahamian bred, and we want to be seen as a company that operates at the highest level.
The plant is set to open for production on March 5th, and Fowler concludes that the team has been working for the last 18 months, preparing for its customers. The president of the Public Managers Union, Leslie Munnings, speaking out tonight, claiming a number of irregularities allegedly stemming from the leadership of the National Insurance Board. Here's more in this report. Tensions escalating within the National Insurance Board as the president of the Public Managers Union, Leslie Munnings, raises concerns about a lack of communication and alleged procedural irregularities under the leadership of the acting director. Munnings asserts that proper protocol was disregarded in the transfer of a union executive, prompting questions about potential underlying issues within the agency.
Before they are to transfer any union executive, they are to speak with the union. That has not happened. They don't even wish to go through the process of consulting the union. To us, that suggests that there may be some other sinister efforts and activities underway.
The Public Managers Union highlights concerns over the mishandling of union members and a perceived lack of respect for established operational protocols within the National Insurance Board. Manning announces the union intentions to file a trial dispute against the acting director for the transfer assistant manager, Dwight Grant, alleging improper consultation within the union.
And they consider moving a union executive just for the sake of transparency. They consult the union. A very simple process. For some reason, they've opted not to contact the union to engage in a discussion on it.
Grant, currently overseeing the compliance department, allegedly faces an uncertain future as he is expected to transfer to a local office without clarity on the next step. But it doesn't stop there. The union president claims that the acting director is seemingly overseeing many departments which other NIB executives are capable of leading.
The director in charge of investments and compliance should either be available or, in his absence, somebody standing in his stead. His staff should also know what is the new line of reporting. Currently, Acting Director Heather Maynard is overseeing, as I understand, the compliance department. Not only is she overseeing the compliance department, she is in charge of legal department. She is also in charge, I understand, of core operation. Asking the union, why is it that vacancy notices go out, but they're not invited to participate in some interviews? They're asking, why is it they participate in other instances in interviews and being denied positions when, in fact, they seemingly were the best choice? They're being asked questions which, when we in turn ask the questions to HR, we get a generic answer that simply says, don't mind us, mind your own business, we'll deal with it.
A formal request has been submitted to rescind Grant's transfer, which is scheduled to take effect on April 1st. Philip McKinsey, the chairman of the National Insurance Board, responding to those allegations made by the Public Managers Union president, Leslie Munnings. The chairman expressing that they are willing to meet with Munnings and his team. But as it relates to the transfer of the assistant manager, Dwight Grant, he says that the transfer has no association to his office in the union.
Management believes that at the end of today, we will be a position and our process in dealing with that transfer would be justified. We think we followed the industrial agreement. We believe that with regards to the reason, we believe that the reason for the transfer is well within the within management discretion. And so, I mean, we will gladly speak to the union about it, but we don't think we've done anything wrong with respect to that matter.
McKinsey adds that the transfer is an administrative discretion and that a transfer within departments does not always indicate an issue, but rather management is maximizing the strength of their employees.
Somebody who took early retirement from executive management, we've had another person leave for a better opportunity, and we are we have about 3 or 4 executive management position open. We pledge that we are going to make the right decision to fill those positions in a transparent and proper way, taking into consideration business-related factors to ensure that we have the right team in place. So if in the interim somebody has to hold 2 executive management position while we do that, then that's what we prepare to do.
When asked on the decision to transfer the assistant manager, Dwight Grant, out of the compliance department, he conveys that the Public Managers Union will have to give a substantial reason as to why the manager's request should be rescinded, as transfers are a pursuit that has been done in every business. In news from the courts, 4 individuals, a 62-year-old, a 54-year-old male, a 61-year-old female, and a 30-year-old female, arraigned in the Freeport Magistrates Court on charges of possession of an unlicensed firearm and possession of dangerous drugs. When we come back, we share with you the tantalizing culinary delights and perhaps what is known as one of the best sushi bars in the country. That's story, sports, and more still to come. ZNS Northern Service brings you to a new series highlighting the remarkable achievements of students from across the northern Bahamas.
I just walk the hall and say, "Excuse me, Miss Cooper, can you please say that again?" And then she have to read everything over and I get everything correct.
Beyond accolades, we honor those students who have faced adversity head-on, demonstrating resilience and determination on their path to success. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Get ready to be inspired by the stellar students of the North this and every Wednesday.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this one, sis.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Good news, A&M Professional Lawn Care, situated Nassau East, is now branching into Freeport. For all your lawn care services, residential and commercial, landscape design, tree cutting, window cleaning, painting, or truck for hire. Call 445-4157.
Celebrate Easter weekend at Portobello's Restaurant by the Grand Lacayan. Children 5 to 12 years are half price, and children under 5 eat free. Dinner buffet on Good Friday, and all-you-can-eat Easter Sunday brunch. See you there.
This Sunday, join us at the Garden of the Groves for a one-of-a-kind art exhibition with works inspired by Mexican artist Frida Kahlo. From 10 to 2 at the Garden of the Groves, admission is free.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
A culinary delight awaits guests at Resorts World Bimini Sushi Bar, where the fusion of Asian flavors meets the Bahamas. Our ZNS News team are in Bimini and experience all that the restaurant have to offer. Our Aja Quant has this report.
Being here in the Caribbean, it's just like having a vacation every day, but still doing the job that you like, which is cooking and serving food for the guests.
The Sushi Bar is a fusion of Asian and Bahamian flavors. Located in the heart of Resorts World Bimini's lobby, this 24-seat venue has an open kitchen where customers can witness their dishes being made before their eyes.
We have the complexity of different people, the complexity and dynamics of the guests coming every weekend, and it's a fun job, actually.
But what sets the Sushi Bar apart? Well, from specialty sushi rolls to noodle dishes, the menu at the Sushi Bar offers a variety of options. Executive sushi chef Lauren Yatko expresses her pride in serving authentic Asian cuisine to guests from around the world.
Though we're called the Sushi Bar, I think the locals and the people from Florida like the fried rice, the snappers, and of course every time they would order the sushi boat. And we have one dish that we are very proud of here. We did a Caribbean Asian fusion, which is the plantain roll. Instead of using the regular rice, which is sushi, we use plantain instead.
Hailing from the Philippines, Yatko has over 17 years of experience in the Bahamas. In 2023, the country celebrated 50 years of independence, to which the executive chef says she's grateful to have been a part of.
It's a very proud moment for us because I know that the Bahamas has a very wide Filipino environment also. We have a group from Freeport and from Nassau, and I was lucky to have the chance to meet with some of them as well.
If you had to move back home today or tomorrow, what is one thing that you would take away from this whole experience?
The Bahamian cuisine. I have learned to cook Bahamian cuisine, the peas and rice, skunk and grits, skunk and rice, and it's a spectacular thing that I know that even people from my own country would appreciate.
Resorts World Bimini Sushi Bar is located in North Bimini and is open Monday through Saturday from 5 to 10 p.m. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Azure Quant.
Those meals surely look good, Aja. Students on the island of Abaco were able to experience a first-hand one-on-one with colleges throughout the country and the United States. President of the Legacy College Readiness Program says it has always been her dream to island hop, providing Family Island students with the same opportunities as Nassau, Abaco now being her third island.
I know that this will impact the kids because they're not just walking around and grabbing, paraphernalia, not getting brochures or things that they're interested in. They are actually engaging with the schools because they were able to get some information from them. And like I said, I am one of those that likes to drop little nuggets in there for their empowerment. And that's when you know that they're paying attention and they have that little bit of hope. I really believe what they're taking from it is that I have an opportunity to go to school. I like to share stories of other students that I've had who were in a lot of these kids' same position. Parents say they don't have any money, but where there's a will, there's a way.
Morris is extending gratitude to Member of Parliament for Central and South Abaco, John Pinder, who sponsored the event and ensured everything was in place for the college fair.
We had colleges from around the United States, as well as the Maritime Academy from Nassau and the Ministry of Education's Scholarship Division. It was a great turnout. We had participants from schools all over Marsh Harbor, including Patrick J. Bethel High School, Agape High School, Forest Heights Academy, and others. This is the kind of opportunities that our youth need. It is important that we give them the tools to succeed, and having scholarships readily available for them to expand their knowledge and look for the next steps in their career is very important to me. Like I always say, the youth of this country are our greatest resource, and it's my pleasure to be able to support events like this to give them opportunities to further their education.
The Rotary Club of Sunset Grand Bahama giving high school students a fresh perspective on what it means to own their own business. The career seminar paid special attention in guiding the students through what it takes to start, maintain, and take their craft to the next level. Youth Service Chairman Benita Pinder says that the seminar served as a compass in directing the young students towards success.
We believe if they're informed about the various careers, what it entails, the daily job descriptions and so on, that would help. Also, we want to encourage them to start to take steps now towards preparing to get into certain career fields, making sure they have the goals, they go into the courses that would, be beneficial, and even to encourage them to be intentional about taking strategic steps towards their goals.
President Wilson Adderley is grateful to the established small business and career-driven men and women that loan their voices to inspiring the pupils, and she believes that the students left with a greater understanding of honing their craft.
It's very good to see that they're taking their futures very seriously, and the youth are the future of the country, so we're very happy to see them out. It will inspire the young children to see that you don't have to take the traditional part of being a doctor or lawyer. You can be an entrepreneur. Whatever your heart desires, you can make money from it. So this career path seminar is going to allow them to see the different ways that you can become an entrepreneur.
Don't go away. The latest in sports and your local weather forecast is up next.
Get ready, Freeport, Bahamas. On March 16, 2024, the Grand Bahama Sports Complex will come alive with the Island Relays, a thrilling track and fields meet, high school and college competition, running and field events. It's a showcase of athleticism. Local unattached athletes, mark your calendars. Register by March 14th. For sponsorships or participation details, reach out to Island Relays Bahamas at info@islandrelaysbahamas.com. Don't miss the action. Be a part of the Island Relays excitement.
Lights, camera, action. Restoring the magic from East End to West End of Grand Bahama, we proudly present Freeport Fashion Week. Expect chic and elegant fashion displayed by incredible talent by Grand Bahama fashion giants and few upcoming designers. Come and experience Freeport's vibrant fashion scene. Get ready for a stunning runway show and stylish events that showcases our unique style, culture, and creativity when artists and designers come together to create the magic. Freeport Fashion Week beginning March 8th. Expect the unexpected.
Mo Divas and Mo Hustle are having a tent sale. Men and women's clothing, shoes, and underwear. Deals you don't want to miss. This Saturday, March 2nd, Britannia Mini Mall, Caravelle Beach. Phone 688-8622 or 375-4665. Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Island sports taking place this week through the weekend at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Here's Jay Philippe with a check on sports.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe and welcome to sports. We have a whole lot of sports for you, including local basketball and college hoops. But let's begin with track and field at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex. Day 2 of Island Sports went exactly as planned. This, according to meet director Emmett Higgins.
We have an under 17 boys just ran 50.2 and he looked like he was in cruise mode. So on Saturday, we're going to have some outstanding races. We've yet to have the 100 meters, which is expected to be very exciting. The 200s we got going tomorrow. So generally speaking, we expect this meet to be an exciting one. Then, we culminate on Monday with the relays. I think the meet is going to come down to the relays, so everybody has to be on their best all day game.
Meeting the qualifying mark in the girls' high jump was Kyle Gray from Jack Hayward Wildcats.
My coach, he just told me to rest my legs and just focus on what we came to do, which was qualify today. What's next is the CRIFTA trials, and I just have to go there and place. Even though I pre-qualify, I still want to jump higher than the qualifying mark when I go to CRIFTA trials.
Switching gears now in sports scores from Night League basketball last night. In Game 1, Connect Shipping dominated Pelican Bay by 49 points, 90-41. Ahmad Pratt led all scorers with 17 points. Now in Game 2, Oxmoor got the win against ODS Fisheries 69-66. Trevor Bain had 29 points in the win. Sticking with hoops, Coach Olette Matthew McEwen and our Ole Miss Lady Rebels defeated Kentucky 75-45. It was Coach Yo's 100th win as Ole Miss head coach.
My first SEC win was at Kentucky. So anytime I'm at Kentucky, I feel good juju. And reflecting on this being my 100th at Ole Miss, from going 0-16 in season 2 to now being able to close out the game last 10 minutes with 5 freshmen, I'm a happy person.
And finally in sports, MSU Moorhead senior Shiron Kemp was named the Conference Indoor Field Athlete of the Year. The senior earned all NSIC distinction in the long jump. Kemp currently holds the 3rd best indoor long jump in Division II this season. He also won his 5th straight NSIC indoor title in triple jump. Ladies and gents, that is your quick check on sports. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Awesome, Jay. And here's a look at your local weather forecast, sponsored by Royal Star Insurance.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Stay with us. Our Facebook friend of the day is up next.
The organizers of the biggest high-end fashion show in Freeport's Grand Bahama are excited and ready for Rip the Runway 2, showcasing some of the best top designers from all around the Bahamas. It's going to be black, white, and red all over. Showtime, 7 p.m. March 10th, 2024 at the Grand Lacayon Ballroom. RMC Demetrius Smith, Mr. Extraordinaire, will paint the runway with his eclectic fashion statement and people-pleasing personality. So what are you waiting for? It is back and is better. It's Rip the Runway 2.
Have you ever wondered how electricity gets to your home? Let's start at the beginning. Our teams at our energy plant work around the clock to generate power to be delivered to your home or business. When it leaves the generating facility, electricity first travels to a switch yard that increases the voltage to allow it to travel long distances throughout the island. A network of high voltage transmission lines is the backbone of the electric grid and is used to carry large amounts of electricity across long distances. After completing the first leg of this journey, electricity arrives at the neighborhood substation. The substation's job is to lower the voltage before power can be sent over shorter distances closer to homes and businesses. Once lowered, the electricity is now ready for the final leg of its voyage. When it leaves the substation, it travels along the distribution poles and wires, the ones you see every day around your community. Just outside your home or business, the electricity voltage is further reduced by a pole mount transformer to a level that customers use in their homes or businesses. And now that the electricity has finally reached its destination, it travels through a meter, flows to a service panel, and then to the outlets inside your home. To learn more about how our business operates, visit our website or follow us on Facebook.
Your #1 news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Jonathan Curry, you are our Facebook friend of the day. Happy belated birthday to you. Thank you for your support always. That's going to do it for us here in the North. On behalf of our entire ZNS News team, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. The Bahamas Tonight continues.
Coming up in the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, a wanted suspect captured, CARICOM leaders denouncing crime, BPL's uncertain future, and in sports, Raptors repeat in track championships. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Bimini Swain, and this is the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Thanks so much for tuning in. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis now back home after attending this week's 46th regular conference of the heads of government of CARICOM in Guyana, or Georgetown, Guyana, rather. Prime Minister Davis took a leading role in regional discussions on Haiti. The CARICOM heads plan to meet with Haitian stakeholders within 2 weeks in Jamaica. They will also assemble an electoral needs assessment group by March 31st, facilitated by CARICOM, Canada, the USA, France, and the OAS. Prime Minister Davis also urged regional leaders to provide financing for the United Nations Loss and Damage Fund, which would release financial support for countries like the Bahamas, who have experienced losses due to extreme climate events like hurricanes. Labor and Public Service Minister the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll delivered an intervention on behalf of the Prime Minister, summarizing the progress the Bahamas has made towards greater food security. This address prompted Guyana's president to announce his country's collaboration with the Bahamas to address the nation's farming age and gender gaps, a challenge Guyana has already successfully addressed in its agricultural sector. The prevailing state of crime, violence, and public safety across the region getting more attention from CARICOM heads of government. Regional leaders strongly condemn the development, presence, tolerance, or acceptance of violent, antisocial music and social media content that denigrate women and encourages, promotes, or supports the use of violence, guns, and other antisocial behavior, particularly targeted to our youth. CARICOM heads of government affirm their support to engage young people in the creative economy and the sporting industry to develop support and spread positive content to offset the negative impact of antisocial, violent, and criminal behavior. CARICOM leaders are committed to working with all sectors and institutions to implement the measures set out in the Declaration on Crime and Violence as a public health safety issue. Now to the crime beat back here at home, police confirming that they've arrested 29-year-old Tevin Fritz of Joe Farrington Road, who escaped police custody while at the Southern Police Station on Quaco Street around 9 o'clock last night. Operation Ceasefire officers found the wanted armed robber around 2:25 this afternoon on Celery Drive near a softball field, where he was returned to custody without incident. An intense investigation into the matter continues. Meantime, drivers beware. The Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division mounted its National Road Safety Campaign Thursday afternoon on the Independence Roundabout on East Street. Desmond Sanders tells us that police traffic officers encourage motorists to always drive with extreme caution and care.
They're designed to reduce congestion and delays on the streets, but for many motorists, navigating roundabouts have become daunting and outright dangerous.
At the Traffic Division, under the leadership of Chief Superintendent Eugene Strawn, what we're doing is we're trying to launch a three-pronged approach as relates to trying to reduce the number of accidents that occur on a daily, monthly, yearly basis.
Assistant Superintendent of Police at the Traffic Division, Dimitri Capron, says traffic police concerned over the increasing number of drivers not using these traffic circles properly. There have been 50 traffic accidents on roundabouts for 2024, over 300 recorded nationally last year. Head of the Traffic Division for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, Chief Superintendent of Police, Eugene Strawn.
We're finding that individuals want to travel into the roundabout and making turns when they should not, or trying to go continually forward when they should not. So this here is just a part of the educational aspect of the Traffic Division. And we'd like to send a clarion call to the individual to feel comfortable with the police and our presence on the street.
The small collision captured on film while producing our news story on the Independence Roundabout East Street.
Persons are not aware of the lane usage, entering and exiting the roundabout. The two accidents here on the roundabout, it just shows why the Traffic Division is out here today and why we will continue this educational component, the campaign, to educate motorists on the proper use of the roundabout. If you're in the outer lane, you can only take the two exits on the outer lane, once you're in the outer lane. If you're on the inner lane, you can take any exit except the first exit.
It's also important to buckle up, drive with due care and attention, and follow the traffic signals. Important steps to follow the rules of the road.
It is not about trying to give tickets or trying to give persons summons to pay in court, but it's to make sure that they adhere to the rules and the regulations of the streets.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division educational campaign will stretch across the capital, even into schools, for the next several weeks, all in an effort to promote public awareness and increase safety on the streets. Desmond Saunders, The Bahamas Tonight.
Well, prayers were offered for the nation, and victims impacted by crime were remembered during a prayer rally on the Charles Carter Park last night in the Seabreeze constituency. Member of Parliament for Seabreeze, Her Excellency Leslie Bryce, feels prayers are needed for the Bahamas now more than ever.
The inspiration was when I attended the National Call to Prayer that was hosted downtown in Rawson Square. Bishop Delton Fernanda and the other spiritual leaders, they gave a call for action. They asked for us to do something, for us to get into our communities, get the community involved. They expressed that it was going to take a village to deal with what it is that we're tackling here in our country. And so this is what we decided to do.
A pastor of Christian Life Church, Bishop J. Sims, and president of the Bahamas Christian Council, Bishop Delton Fernando, believes the event is significant in addressing the country's social ills. The prayer rally is one of many spiritual events that will continue throughout the year.
I think it is absolutely very important and very powerful because, as you can see, there are assembled here already in this early hour many believers from various churches and various denominations. And it's just something happens when the church prays.
Prayer, worship should be in all of our parks. We are delighted that the churches in Seabreeze have come together, the MP in Seabreeze has come together. This is what we do on the ground. I am excited that prayer would permeate this atmosphere.
There is uncertainty tonight among Bahamas Power and Light employees. This amid concerns that government allegedly could be entering into a public-private partnership with a local and foreign company to manage transmission, distribution, and energy generation at the national power provider. It's an issue that's being discussed during the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union meeting on Farrington Road tonight. That's where our Desmond Sanders joins us live with this preview. Desmond, what can you tell us?
Well, a pleasant good evening, Jimenita, and a pleasant good evening, Bahamas. I'm Desmond Saunders, coming to you live from the Bahamas Communications and Public Officers Union building here on Farrington Road. Executives of the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union have called an emergency meeting over that reported public-private partnership, as you mentioned in your broadcast earlier tonight, Jimenita. Joining me on the broadcast, Kyle Wilson. He's the executive president of the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union. What are your chief concerns tonight as it stands?
Desmond, good night to you and good night to the Bimini people. As you can see up and down Farrington Road, there's hardly no parking place. If you enter the halls, there's only standing room and the meeting has yet to start. We, the Bahamas Electrical Workers Union, flanked by the affiliates and our brother union, NBPL, which is the managerial union, we are saying tonight, no. No to any deal that was done in the dark, and no to any deal that was not done in accordance with the laws of the Bahamas. We have seen what has taken place to BTC, and we do not want another disaster like BTC. These are the crown jewels of the Bahamian people, left in our hands and entrusted us by the father of the nation, and we'll say hell no to anyone that's going to come and take them away from us.
What's your next step?
Well, as you can see, the room is full. There's no parking place. People are out in the yard. And they are going to give me the mandate and the step forward. So I'm going to put the facts to them and what we know, and I'm going to get the mandate as to the next step from the membership.
Well, this is an issue that will be in the public space for quite some time from the next few weeks, and we will sure be able to cover it for you. Live here at the Bahamas Communications Public Officers Union, Desmond Saunders, the Bahamas Tonight.
Also to come, learn more about all the beans. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Focall Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Since they're on sale, Max bought things neither he nor his friend really needed. Hungry for deals? Come to KFC to satisfy your hunger before doing something crazy. Our new 6-piece value deal is packed with 6 pieces of your favorite fried chicken, 3 orders of crispy fries, and 3 buttery biscuits, all for just $20. You work hard for your money. Get the biggest bang for your taste buds. Satisfy your taste buds with KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Caribbean Gas is still working to ensure our customers are supplied with everything they need. We supply tanks and fittings of all sizes. And for all your cooling needs, check out our range of refrigerants. We have a service department that can check your car AC gas. Electricity can be very expensive. Solar systems are the way to go. Check out our full inventory listing in the Tribune's classified ads. We accept all major credit cards. Call us today, 361-6007. We are waiting to serve you.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you? We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good?
Popeyes' new chicken wings make no sense. Marinated in Louisiana spices, hand-battered and flipped, and then we have the audacity to call all 5 flavors fast food? Someone should really say something or order something.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Now available at Popeyes in Nassau.
Thanks for staying with us. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville providing an update on his ministry's preparations for the mid-year budget debate. Dr. Darville said that will also mean introducing to the Bahamian people some key changes that they will see leaning on improvements in the health sector.
We will speak about the new allocation for some more capital works, particularly at our tertiary healthcare facilities, so that we can do some additional renovation and create bed space, and also programs that will definitely allow more Bahamians to be seen at a timely fashion. I'll speak a little bit about what we are doing at the accident emergency, and also what we're doing for manpower improvements in the hospital. And lastly, I'll speak about the great work we have been doing throughout the Family Islands to ensure that Bahamians who are not in the capital have access to the same quality healthcare services in our far-flung islands.
There are other areas which will also be discussed.
The Ministry of Health is doing our endeavor best as it relates to national health insurance and what our plans are to move the NIB drug prescription plan to NHI and trying to make drugs more accessible to a wider cross-section of Bahamians who are suffering from chronic non-communicable diseases. And of course, what we're doing with the loans, with the IDB, the loans associated with the hospital in Grand Bahama, and what we're proposing for the new hospital here in New Providence.
Well, government is moving full steam ahead as it attempts to clog the hole that's led to hundreds of millions of dollars in lost revenue from real property tax collection. More than $900 million is owed on this fiscal year alone, and the government is looking to collect nearly $200 million in revenue from real property taxes. Many property owners who have fallen into arrears and failed to make payments in a period exceeding 7 months face having their properties seized through the Department of Inland Revenue's power of sale. More than 100 properties are already up for bidding. Acting Controller at the Inland Revenue, Shonda Strawn, explains how those interested in these properties can participate.
Bids have to be submitted to us in a sealed envelope we have particulars that you need to put on the envelope, especially the assessment number for the property you're interested in, and your bid goes inside. There's a bidding form that you have to complete. It goes inside along with a 10% deposit of whatever it is you're bidding.
In other news tonight, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jumo Campbell, says those long-awaited upgrades to Arawaki's sewer system will soon be completed. Government embarked on the renovation project in February with plans to replace existing PVC pipes with the intent of creating a better experience for Bahamians and visitors alike in the area. While the project has created inconvenience for some vendors and others felt left out of the conversation on the initiative, the minister believes once complete, it will be worth the short-term disruption.
Unfortunately, there were some persons who felt as if they were left out. Immediately after that took place, the permanent secretary from the ministry, as well as several other employees, went to reach out to them, because by no means at all do we want anyone to feel left out. You know, as with any development, there will be growing pains. But what we can assure the vendors is those pains are temporary, but the benefit will be permanent. And there are some things that will simply be on the scope of our control, such as high tide. If the tide was high, it was practically impossible for the team for water and sewage to carry out any drilling or, cutting along the line.
How hard is it to shift from a meat eating to a vegetarian lifestyle? It's a move the country's top American diplomat took, and her success is now translated into an initiative focused on healthy eating and celebrating farmers, chefs, and entrepreneurs who place a high value on the benefits of eating local, clean, and vegan.
Why I was shocked? Because I was well over 200 pounds. But it was still shocking to me to discover, to see that on paper, you are obese. That was a tough lesson for me. And I freaked out and went completely to the extreme and decided to go vegan.
Chargé d'Affaires Zusha Pitt reminisced that checkup 2 years ago forced her to change her life. And after being a meat consumer for the past 30 years, she said she gave herself 1 month to make the adjustment. And now, 18 months later, she's 25 pounds lighter and making the case for the switch.
Adults need about 6 to 8 ounces of protein a day, which is between 1.5 and 2 cups of cooked beans. So you tell me, what is more expensive, a steak or 2 cups of beans? What is more expensive, a chicken breast or 2 cups of beans?
Pitts is on a mission to get more persons to make the lifestyle transition, and All About the Beans connected those who preached that message for years and those farmers and entrepreneurs who provide the produce, something Agriculture and Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell agreed with.
By choosing to eat locally sourced ingredients, we are not only supporting our local farmers, chefs, and entrepreneurs, but we are reducing our carbon footprint. Consuming fresh, nutrient-dense food benefits our overall well-being, as local foods are often harvested at its peak of freshness and ripeness, and retains more of its nutritional value compared to produce that has been shipped over long distances.
Bags of beans were handed out to patrons. These industry partners feel it's a step in the right direction.
So to bring all of us in this space to talk about food, eating healthy, eating vegan, eating local, which is what we are most passionate about, is so important. It's really key for the growth of our agricultural community.
Really refreshing to hear her echo our sentiments we've been preaching over the years, which is eating healthy is not as expensive. It's a misnomer. People feel like, oh, if I change my diet to veganism or a healthier concept, it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. That's not true.
And while other industry partners also offered healthy vegan options that included chickpea patties, soups, and sweet treats, the U.S. Ambassador's resident chef, Wayne Monker, dished up a special meal incorporating beans.
We got a lot of pigeon peas, and I say, being the only Bahamian chef, I got to do something with pigeon peas. And so what I did was I decided to do it Mexican style. And so I stewed the pigeon peas with chipotle, with a lot of smoked peppers, with a lot of herbs, cumin, a lot of herbs and that kind of stuff. So, and then I have the rice on the side with some lemon zest, with some thyme, cilantro, and so you just put all that together.
The high cost of eggs have left consumers scrambling for relief. The Bahamas is embarking on an ambitious effort to significantly reduce reliance on imported eggs by 2025. It's being spearheaded through BAMSI, which has ramped up its production efforts in the past year. BAMSI's executive chairman, Senator Terrell Young, says the government's goal remains to reduce reliance on foreign imports and downgrade the million-dollar footprint that's draining the local economy. Young assures local farmers that BAMSI is not in competition, but instead wants to work with them.
Since May 2023 to February 2024, BAMSI layer program have produced a total of 300,000 eggs. May of 2024, which will mark 12 months for the program at BAMSI, the total one-year production will be over 400,000 eggs, which equates to 1.5% of the total egg imports annually in the Bahamas.
After nearly a decade of working towards becoming a fully operable campus is now set to open this fall. The North Andros Space Facility will open for face-to-face learning and on-campus living starting this August.
This will truly be a new day for BAMSI as we are set for the completion and grand opening ceremony, September 2024. BAMSI is now currently accepting applications for enrollment for the fall semester 2024.
Stay with us. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. More news in a moment.
In the Yellow Elder Garden, Ali and her cousins listened to Grammy share tales. The 70s so sweet, with themed costumes and dancing feet. Then came the brass, reaching new heights. A symphony of Bahamian nights. The 2000s, the Yellow Elder, a symbol of pride. Grammy's legacy in view as Ali dances in her Yellow Elder costume. We are alive.
In 2023, over 9 million visitors came to the Bahamas, the region's leading tourism destination. That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Paradise is not only found in Nassau, but throughout our 16 island destinations.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Over 400,000 Bahamians depend on our tourism-driven economy.
That is why tourism is everyone's business. It's the passing on of our traditions and our cultural heritage to the next generation.
That's why tourism is everyone's business.
Tourism is everyone's business.
From the straw we plant, to exploring our Bahama blues, to experiencing the greatest show on earth. No matter who you are, we all have a part to play in our tourism industry.
This is our country.
These are our islands.
This is our home.
That's why tourism
is everyone's business.
Simplified Lending, we know that your time is precious. So we've unscrambled the loan process, making it fast and hassle-free. You can have your answer in as little as 24 hours. When you qualify, we simplify. We are the best borrowing solution for tuition, home renovation, vacation loans, emergency medical expenses, purchasing a vehicle, and for business expansion loans. Simplified Lending for simplified living. Call us today or find us in the R&D Plaza on JFK Drive.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
33 civil servants marking the successful completion of a rigorous leadership training program during a graduation ceremony at Holy Trinity Activity Center this morning. The graduates are the second cohort to graduate from the International Development Bank-funded Bahamas Public Service Institutional Capacity Building Training Initiative executed in partnership with the Public Policy Institute and the University of the Bahamas. Public Service Minister the Honorable Pia Glover-Roll told graduates that their training will contribute to improved service and performance in the public service.
To deal with the day-to-day demands of public service, and saying that you're going to take classes in, statistics, financial management, procurement, and executive leadership so that you can better serve your country is praiseworthy, and I commend you for that. Gathered here in our 33 and in this room are some of the best and brightest that the public service has to offer. And that's why you were nominated by your respective ministries, because someone saw something in you that told us that you should be chosen to potentially move to the next level. And the potential is what this program has helped you to hone.
University of the Bahamas President Jane Hodder highlighted the important role public servants play in the life of the nation.
The work of the public service is crucial for the development and sustainability of any nation.
but especially for a country like the Bahamas, with our small population, the challenges we face being an archipelago, our vulnerabilities to sea level rise and climate change, and navigating aspects of our colonial past. All of these call for talent, wisdom, analysis, data, decision-making, leadership. A strong public sector is an essential part of the infrastructure that will allow us to address these challenges.
It's time to meet another of our shining stars from the Centerville Primary School, our adopted school. Corporal Pyfrom introduces us to this week's Student of the Week.
This is a very special group of third graders from Centerville Primary School. They are especially excited because this week we're highlighting their classmate, 7-year-old Louis Ben Bazile.
I am proud to be the Student of the Week. I do all my work. I listen.
And listen, he does. What makes Louis Ben stand out is how exceptionally well-behaved he is. He even gets glowing reviews from other students.
He's kind and quiet. He is nice. When someone asks him for something, he gives it to them. And he is thankful and smart. Louis Ben is always listening to the teacher no matter what. He is kind, nice, and friendly.
Louis Ben is one of the students in Miss Dean's third grade class. That part can't be left out. Senior Mistress Antosh Carey says you couldn't ask for a better group of students.
And generally speaking, when I pass this class in the morning, they are so settled doing their morning work, even if their teacher is not here. And that includes Louis Ben. He is friendly, well-rounded, and he's a general student, well-behaved.
So congratulations, Louis Ben, on being named the ZNS Centerville Primary Student of the Week. And how about a word from you and your classmates?
Thank you for coming to Centerville Primary School. Grade 310.
What a class act. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Thanks, Corporal. In other news, the month of March, you will see a whole lot of green, and for a very good reason. March is Kidney Awareness Month. The Bahamas Kidney Association hosting a number of events throughout the entire month, all in the hopes of turning up the volume on kidney disease. Association President Tamika Roberts says one of the ways the association is spreading the word is through young people, particularly high school students. As such, there is an essay and a video competition where students are being asked to outline how teens can help boost awareness about kidney disease.
But that is open to all high school students in the Bahamas, and that is also on our website, and we're inviting students to participate because we feel that once we get in touch and we change the narrative with our young people, we can definitely have an impact in terms of reducing the instances of kidney failure in the Bahamas.
Dr. LeVard Roberts is a hypertension and kidney specialist and the executive medical director with the Bahamas Kidney Association. He says patients can minimize their risk of kidney disease through lifestyle changes like diet and exercise. Kidney disease in the Bahamas, he notes, does not appear to be discriminatory.
So same way, men, women, children, they all have the increased risk of kidney disease if they have elevated blood pressure or diabetes. But right now there's no sparking difference between the two. But I would say men more so because we're the ones that don't fall up as much as the women.
Well, excitement is building as the second annual Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival is less than 2 weeks away. The event drawing thousands to the Atlantis Resort for an almost week-long gourmet artistry, fine wine and entertainment experience unlike any other. Local vendors are feeling pretty excited as well, and as Corval Pyfrom reports, they are sharpening their tools and skills in preparation.
The Atlantis Resort is gearing up for the second installment of the Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival. The spotlight will be on cuisine and drinks, with local vendors getting in on all the action. In just a year, the festival, which is attracting huge international names like J.J. Johnson, Jose Andres, and even Martha Stewart, has grown by leaps and bounds. So the chance to share the stage with these culinary juggernauts is an opportunity of a lifetime for Island Yogurt pop-up proprietor Alvin Robinson.
When we first heard about it, we thought that this festival was something very special because they also wanted to focus on authentic Bahamian vendors. And us at Island Yogurt Pop-Up, that's exactly what we are. So we were extremely excited. Our team did all the necessary communications to be on board. And I can tell you it's truly a pleasure. And we're looking forward to serving all of our guests.
Robinson is one of the more than 60 local vendors who will participate in the March 13th through 17th glitzy event at the Atlantis Resort.
It's an overwhelming feeling, you know, to have created something that started off small and it's grown so big. And I can only attest that with the support of the people. And I really appreciate our fry lovers, as I like to call them.
I want my business to be a household name. I want it to be known to whereas when you think of where can I get a good burger, you say Flipping Good Burger. Obviously, Flipping Good Burgers would be the right choice.
And this, according to festival creator and co-chair Lee Schrager, is what the Wine and Food Festival is really all about.
You need those headline names to help create awareness, but you need the locals to help make sure people are happy.
Fries with Benefits Raquel Roll is looking to build off this exposure.
So I want more people to be able to experience Fries with Benefits, because no matter how big you think your business is, you do have persons that are not aware of your business. So be able to garner more support from the different locals and, of course, from persons coming to the event.
Organizers say the Paradise Island Wine and Food Festival isn't just the talk of the town, but it's quickly becoming a leading event in the region. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Still to come, our feature story of the night, a new song with ties to the Bahamas. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight National Report. More news in a moment.
In case you missed the news or want to stay ahead, subscribe to our YouTube channel or follow us on X, TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook.
For hurricane season, we got impact windows and doors. For protection, just come to our store. Plus we got tiles to pretty up your walls and your floors. We'll help you brighten up for that big bad storm. Porcelain tiles, blank tiles, mosaic tiles, a variety of styles. Before teens get right, they gotta be rough. That's why we got the best deals in the whole Bahamas. Hey, hey.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
At Bethel National Arts Festival making waves across the Family Islands. Performances ended in Exuma today at the Exuma Christian Academy in Ramsey. Students danced, sang, played musical instruments, and displayed Bahamian culture at its best. The Eclam at Bethel National Arts Festival ends in May. It's time now for a check on Family Island weather with Chief Meteorologist Basil Dean. Good evening, Basil.
Evening, Jiminy. We have mostly cloudy skies, temperature at 74 degrees, the relative humidity 69%, the winds out of east-southeast at around 12 miles per hour, the barometric pressure 1,022.8 millibars, that is 30.20 inches. And your temperatures around the Family Islands this evening, they are brought to you by Family Guardian Insurance Company. We're protecting you. 74 degrees in Freeport, Grand Bahama, and Grand Turkey in Abaco, Marsh Harbor, Abaco, a little warmer at 76. 75 in the Berry Islands and Alice Bimini, Harbor Island at 75 as well. Rock Sandy, Lutris, 73 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros, 74. In Kemps, Bay South Andros, and Black Point, Exuma, 76 degrees there. 73 in Artistan, Cat Island, San Salvador, and in Rumkey, Georgetown, Exuma, 75. Ragged Island, Clarencetown, Long Island, and Crooked Island reporting 76, 75 in Betsy Bay, Maguana, Ackland, 75, Matutani, Nagua, 76 in the Turks and Caicos Islands at 77 degrees. And your boating forecast tonight is brought to you by Builders Mall, home of FYP, the Tal King, and the Paint Center in the Northwestern Islands tonight through Saturday. Those winds will be southeast at 12 to 18 knots. Wave heights 3 to 6 feet, so caution flags remain in place for the Northwest Bahamas through tomorrow. Now the high tide that will take place at 11:48 tonight, another high tide at 11:57 tomorrow morning in the central and southeastern islands through Saturday. An easterly flow at 15 to 25 knots. Rough seas down there, 5 to 8 feet over the ocean. So we have an advisory in place for boaters in the central and southeastern islands through Saturday. And then as we take you into Sunday in the northwestern parts of our country, we'll see a reduction in those winds. They become southeast at 10 to 15 knots, and the wave height is down 2 to 4 feet. Tide-wise will be low at 7:12 in the morning with a high tide at 12:52 in the afternoon. In the central parts of the country, winds southeast 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet. So the caution flag remains for the central Bahamas. In the southeast Bahamas, the winds slightly stiffer at 15 to 20 knots out of the east to southeast. The wave heights, they're going to be around 4 to 7 feet over the ocean. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they are brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But stay tuned, your extended weather forecast is still ahead.
Want to have your voice heard? Send your letters to the editor to digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. Share your thoughts on current events or positive stories within your community. That's digitalmedia@znsbahamas.com. We want to hear from you.
Fill up your cart and save with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Kraft macaroni and cheese, 7 1/4 ounce, 2 for $2.39. Olivia cooking oil, 48 ounce, $4.99. Rainbow pigeon peas, 15 ounce, $1.39. Fresh pork picnics, $1.99 per pound. Iceberg lettuce, $2.29 each. Shop the specials and save at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Welcome to your ZNS Total Sports Check, everybody. I'm Marcellus Hall. Another great day of action at the GSSA Track and Field Championships went into day 2 yesterday over at the Thomas A. Robertson Stadium. Some of the events on the calendar included the girls' long jump and the field events, and on the track, it would be the hurdles taking center stage as R.M. Bailey pacer Taj Brown storming his way to a GSSA record-breaking performance in the under-20 boys 110 hurdles. Brown running out of lane 4, blowing away the rest of the field to finish in a time of 14.29 seconds. That eclipsed the previous record of 14.41. Now for Brown, breaking the record high on his list of accomplishments.
It feels awesome to see because all my life in track and field, I wanted to at least have a record. So my last year in GSSA, I wanted to at least take one with me.
The championships wrapping up today in the senior school division after 3 days of intense competition. On the junior side, they wrapped up yesterday. C.H. Reeves made it 4 titles in a row, 891 points. S.C. McPherson a distant second with 508. H.O. Nash third with 490. D.W. Davis, L.W. Young, A.F. Adley, Anatole Rogers, and T.A. Thompson rounding out the top 8 in that field. World Indoor Track Championships beginning today in Glasgow, Scotland. No Bahamians will be competing on day 1, but come Saturday, Ken Mullings starts things off in the heptathlon. 60-meter Anthony Strong will also be in the heats and finals of the 60, and Laquan Nairn in the finals of the long jump. On Sunday, the final day will see Charisma Taylor trying to get her schedule online, both triple jump finals and the 60-meter hurdles, heats and finals. Devin Charlton will also compete in the 60-meter hurdles, the heats there, and the finals. Donald Thomas will compete in the high jump. The island of Exuma and wider sporting community mourning the passing of Greg Beneby, a standout baseball player and basketball athlete hailing from the island itself. Beneby, having been a member of several national teams, represented the Bahamas at multiple international events. Reflecting on his passing was his former teammate and friend, Greg Gardner.
To lose Greg is a big loss for the island of Exuma, as Greg was a staple in the community when it came to sports, whether it was basketball, softball. Greg played the game, he refereed the game. He played at a very high level. He played representing the Bahamas on a couple of national teams. Greg was a gentleman and a scholar. He would surely be missed. May his soul rest in peace.
And the New Providence Basketball Association, 2 games on the schedule for tonight. That's going to be at the Kendallizers Gym. Macadash Millionaires will play Heat Waves in the Division II opener at 6:30. That'll be followed in the feature contest by Colorado Contractors Shockers up against the UB Mingos. That game comes your way at 8. And that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Friday. Your weather is just ahead. Stay with us.
This is ZNS Total Sports.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health. Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
I don't know, but what kind of cars is this parking? You ain't even know where to park? Yeah, that's no parking. Look at this way. Like, you ain't get nowhere to go. No parking. That's no parking. No parking. Yeah, that's handicap. No, man, you can't park in handicap spot. I ain't gonna be that long. I ain't gonna be that long. Handicap spot, boy, what's going on, dog? I tell you we shouldn't park here now. This way parking, man. I tell you we shouldn't park here. Don't get one of these things. My bad, big bro. And he got a sticker inside that say this mod, though. We gotta move. This is a handicap spot. Let's go. We gotta move. But we gotta move. Don't. We can move right now. Sorry.
Be considerate. Don't use disabled parking spaces without a decal in your vehicle. This message is brought to you by the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities.
The internet is an essential tool for children and adults. It can be used to research school reports, communicate with teachers, and play interactive games. But online access also comes with risks, such as inappropriate content, cyberbullying, and online predators. Here are a few safety tips to help keep you and your children safe. Do not post too much personal information such as home addresses and phone numbers. Keep your privacy settings on and practice safe browsing to ensure children don't go on any inappropriate sites. Be careful about posting pictures or your whereabouts when going on vacation. Always know your child's passwords for email addresses and social media sites. Be sure to have your house computer in a common area where it can be easily monitored. Have conversations with them to make sure they aren't scheduling meetups with new people. Online safety is just as important for children as it is for adults. Not only are children more vulnerable to financial and identity scams, but they are also at risk of encountering inappropriate and potentially disturbing content. I am Police Cadet 80 Jamara Road, reminding you that safety is everybody's business. So let us do our part and continue to create safer communities.
We are here in the time of need. There's no discrimination. The mission is to relieve the suffering. We volunteer, we deliver care. With donors and partners, we're always here to turn compassion into action. Protect your life and help with the training throughout the years. We empower to heal the world. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. There is hope, assistance with disasters. There is shelter and love for our people. We can work together to help those in need. So volunteer with us and donate to show you care. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas. Community farming for food security. Climate programs suited for our island country. Together, let's build a more resilient Bahamas.
This message brought to you by the Bahamas Red Cross Society in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Did you know that 1/3 of all traffic fatalities occur as a result of excessive speed? Excessive speed impedes a driver's point of perception, which affects braking distance. In the inner city, residential areas, and high pedestrian traffic areas, the speed limit ranges from 15 to 25 miles per hour. On the outskirts of the island, especially where a sign is not posted, the law dictates that the speed limit shall be 30 miles per hour. The maximum speed limit for the Commonwealth of the Bahamas is 45 miles per hour. Here are some safety tips for you. Avoid aggressive and distracted driving. Reduce excessive speed and drive at the appropriate speed to suit the current road conditions. Avoid operating a vehicle while impaired by alcohol or drugs. Be vigilant and always maintain good visibility of the road, and be mindful of other road users, such as pedestrians. Leave out in a timely manner to compensate for potential traffic delays. Even one life lost to traffic fatality is one life lost too many. On behalf of the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, please slow down.
This public service announcement is brought to you by FG Insurance Agents and Brokers, the Royal Bahamas Police Force Traffic Division, and the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Colon cancer is the third most common cancer affecting Bahamians. Your risk of developing colon cancer is increased if you have a personal history of colorectal cancer or colon polyps, a family history of colon cancer, or inflammatory bowel diseases such as ulcerative colitis. Other factors that can increase your risk of developing colon cancer are low fiber, high fat diets, a sedentary lifestyle, obesity, smoking, and alcohol. You can take steps to reduce your risk of colon cancer by making specific lifestyle changes. Eat a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. These foods contain fiber, minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants, which may play a role in cancer prevention. Drink alcohol in moderation or not at all. Do not smoke. Exercise with a goal of getting in at least 30 minutes each day. If you've been inactive, start slowly and gradually build up to 30 minutes. Also, Talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. Maintain a healthy weight. If you're at a healthy weight, maintain it by combining a well-balanced diet with daily exercise. If you need to lose weight, ask your doctor about healthy ways to achieve your goal. Colon cancer screening can also help to prevent colon cancer or lead to its early detection when treatment is most effective. If you're 45 years or older, speak to your doctor about having a colonoscopy or some form of colon cancer screening that may be appropriate for you. I'm Dr. Eugene Marcus Cooper. Pay attention to your health. Get the facts and discuss colon cancer with your physician today.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
What does disability look like? In a busy airport terminal? At the check-in counter? At security checkpoints? Or even in baggage claim? Passengers with hidden disabilities often go unnoticed. Globally, 1 in 7 persons have some form of a disability. 80% of those disabilities are non-visible. In an airport environment, workers are often unaware of hidden physical, mental, or neurological disabilities that some passengers live with. This can lead to frustration and a less than ideal travel experience. So, how do we make the invisible more visible? At LPIA, we've implemented the Sunflower Lanyard program. The lanyards are visual cues for airport workers to immediately identify passengers who might need additional assistance. NAD is teaming up with the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and key stakeholders at LPIA to launch the internationally recognized initiative. We're joining more than 180 airports and 26 countries already in the program. NAD is the first organization in the Bahamas to recognize the Sunflower Initiative. It's a way to show our continued commitment to making LPIA a safe, welcoming, and inclusive airport for all. Passengers needing to secure a free Sunflower lanyard can email sunflower@nas.bs or call 1242-397-8600. For more information, visit www.nassauLPIA.com.
Time now for weather.
In our final look at weather on our forecast map, we have a front system will position itself across the southeast United States tomorrow and then become stationary north of the Bahamas. Meanwhile, we anticipate some upper-level westerlies that will usher in lots of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico across the northwest Bahamas, and that will create some periods of cloudiness and showers over the next several days. But come Sunday, an upper-level low is expected to move across the northwest Bahamas, and that will enhance some showers and even possibly 1 or 2 thunderstorms on Sunday leading into Monday morning. As you can see on our satellite picture, all of that moisture now being advected across the islands as a result of those strong upper-level winds, and that will pan out like this. Cloudy conditions are tonight. Low temperature, very comfortable 68 degrees, and tomorrow it's going to be partly cloudy and breezy in the morning with a couple of showers developing in the late morning and early afternoon hours. High temperature tomorrow getting up to 79 degrees. Your extended weather forecast, we'll have a mixed bag of clouds and sunshine right through Monday. There'll be showers in the forecast tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday. But come Tuesday, things are clear out a bit. We'll have partly sunny conditions on Tuesday, and that will carry for the balance of the week. Temperature-wise, this is how we're going to shape up. Not too bad during the weekend. We will continue to be in the 70s during the daytime, but come Monday, things warm up into the 80s, but we'll get right back briefly into the 70s on Wednesday with another warming trend taking place as we head into the ending part of next weck. Jiminita?
Thanks, Basil. The popular gospel hit Blessings Find Me has gone viral globally and continues to hit the Billboard U.S. Afrobeat charts and on TikTok's top 50 songs each week. LaDon Davis attended a soft launch to highlight the achievement and officially launch the song's music video.
This melodious yet catchy gospel tune, produced, written, and recorded by Trinidadian artist Sherwin Gardner, has racked up about 900 million streams and over 1.4 million user-generated content creations on TikTok in about 4 weeks. The song was officially released on January 19th, but the video was shot right here in the Bahamas. It's also been consistent in holding down the #2 spot on Billboard's Gospel Digital Songs chart. Gardner says he's impressed that the song captured the attention of credible record labels in the United States.
I was already getting calls from Columbia, Sony Records, and different companies. So I'm thinking, well, they're seeing something I not seeing, because I was only seeing 300,000 at that time on my page. It had a guy in Africa had 15 million views. He took the song. Another guy in South Africa, 10 million views. So the song was already spreading its wings, because when people take it, it wasn't monetized. It wasn't a part of a system yet. It's just a raw song. The next day, the label said, "Wow, this is new to us too." So they put it out. They put it into the ADA system, which is under Warner Brothers.
Gardner admits, though, he can't take all the credit for the song's success, and thank God for allowing it to blow up on the airwaves the way it did.
For me, doing this for so long, you see, 40 years I've been doing it. So for doing it so long and now seeing this, I had to say, God, I submit, because this is your doing. You know what I mean? You can't write this. You can't. There's no formula. Like plenty of people just call now and say, "Yeah, what's the formula?" I don't have a formula. That was just God made this happen. You know what I mean?
Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, says Gardner's accomplishments serve as a testament that dreams do come true.
And I think Sherwin Gardner has proven that, you know, the gifts that God has blessed him with, he's used it to the best of his ability. And I ask each and every one of us who are blessed with different gifts to continue to use it, and of course we'll find our purpose in life and display that purpose through our gifts.
The song has also gripped the attention of notable international recording artists Alicia Keys, producer Teddy Riley, and Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness.
And a new day has appeared, and I am grateful that I'm in Bahamas. We say blessings I go find we here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell them say favor I go find you here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Tell your friend that money I go find you here. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And me say blessings I go find you here. So put your hands up in the air.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm LaDawn Davis.
Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Thank you for continuing to make ZNS your first choice for news and information. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better than ZNS. From all of us here at ZNS, thank you for watching and good night.